Kanye West once called the anime film Akira his biggest creative inspiration and the greatest animation achievement in history. Now, if you've seen the 1988 masterpiece about the destructive nature of unchecked power, I probably don't need to explain why this is deeply ironic. But what the heck, we're already here. This cautionary tale that Kanye so praised, the one he claims shaped his career, ended up being a prophecy for his life.
Happy for you, I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
You ain't got the answers, man.
False free thought. We have to control the history books.
Who does he think he is? I just told you who I thought I was. A god.
To understand the parallels between Kanye's rise and fall and the story of Akira, you first need to understand the story of Akira. Duh. Here's a quick rundown. In 1988, Tokyo is wiped off the map by a mysterious explosion. 31 years later, Neo-Tokyo rises from its ashes, a chaotic dystopia riddled with corruption, rebellion, and sick motorcycles. The story follows a biker gang led by the cocky yet lovable Kaneda, along with his childhood friend, the insecure and impulsive Tetsuo. After a biker gang turf war gone wrong, Tetsuo has a run-in with an old man boy psychic guy. He proceeds to get kidnapped by the government. They run secret experiments on him, unlocking terrifying psychic powers within him. His newfound strength feeds his fragile ego, and the more powerful he becomes, the more dangerous he gets, turning on his friends, the government, and eventually the entire city. Now, during all of this, there's this mysterious name that just keeps on getting brought up. Greg. Nah, I'm just kidding. Akira. Akira's the name. What Tetsuo doesn't know is that Akira was a boy just like him, one with overwhelming psychic powers who 31 years earlier lost control and caused the original explosion that destroyed Tokyo. By the time Tetsuo realizes what he's become, it's too late. His body mutates beyond recognition and Akira returns, not to save him, but to erase him. Or maybe create another universe for him? I don't know, dude. History repeats itself. Another explosion rips through Neo-Tokyo and Tetsuo is gone, leaving only uncertainty in his place. Akira is a brutal story about power without control, about a boy who becomes a god and then destroys everything around him, including himself. Remind you of anyone? Much like the insecure Tetsuo prior to his awakening, Kanye had something to prove early in his career. At just 19, he landed his first production credit. By 24, he was producing for the likes of Jay-Z and Alicia Keys. Most people would call this the pinnacle of success, but not Kanye. In the eyes of the industry, he was just a producer, but he wanted more. He wanted to be the artist. In 2004, at the ripe age of 26, Kanye turned his dream into a reality. After surviving a near-fatal car crash, Kanye recorded his debut single Through the Wire, with his jaw literally wired shut. A creative choice so iconic, it had Pharrell Williams reacting like this. That song would go on to appear on his first studio album, The College Dropout. This was Kanye's awakening. Now, this can't go understated. The College Dropout was revolutionary. At a time where gangster rap dominated, Kanye used soulful, melodic samples to tell relatable stories about self-doubt, chasing dreams, and defying expectations. The album sold over 400,000 copies in its first week and earned him his first 2 Grammys. His debut album. From there, the stages only got bigger, the headlines got louder, and Kanye went from an ambitious newcomer to a cultural icon. Album after album, his influence exploded. But as Akira teaches us, there is such a thing as too much power. Towards the end of Akira, there's this iconic moment where we see Tetsuo don this red cape. At this point, he has completely embraced his new power. He starts pushing the boundaries, breaking rules, and daring anyone to try stopping him. Kanye's red cape moment came in 2005, just a year after his breakout success. During a live Hurricane Katrina relief telethon, Kanye went completely off script and notoriously declared,
"George Bush doesn't care about black people."
It was shocking, unfiltered, and completely unforgettable. Now, whatever your politics are on this moment, one thing was undeniable. This was the moment Kanye realized that he could say whatever he wanted, and the world had to listen. From there, the controversies began to pile up.
For you, I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
I just told you who I thought I was. A god.
Kanye West meets with President Donald Trump.
Slavery for 400 years? For 400 years? That sounds like a choice.
Backlash over his comments on slavery.
Kanye West had his Twitter account suspended again.
Kanye's talent was still undeniable, but for better or worse, his public persona was evolving into something bigger, stronger, and harder to control. In Akira, this is where Tetsuo starts to see himself as untouchable. Little does he know, it's about to all falls down. By the time that Tetsuo starts mutating into an unrecognizable mass of flesh, his power is literally tearing him apart from the inside. There's no going back. There are a lot of Kanye moments that we can look back at as his point of no return. You could argue it was his divorce with Kim Kardashian, or his failed presidential run, or his anti-Semitic tweets that got him dropped by Adidas. For me though, it was something smaller, but just as sad in my opinion. In 2018, Virgil Abloh, Kanye's longtime friend and creative collaborator, became the artistic director at Louis Vuitton. This created a rift in their friendship. There's a lot of context to why, but the main idea is that Kanye thought that he deserved that position. He felt as though his friend had stolen his dream. Nevertheless, he attended Virgil's first show to congratulate him, which led to this iconic moment. There's actually an earlier recording of the song Violent Crimes where you can hear Kanye reminiscing on this moment and breaking down in tears. 3 years later, Virgil would unfortunately pass away after a private battle with cancer. Initially, Kanye honored Virgil with a Sunday service dedicated to his memory. As his mental health deteriorated, his public attitudes towards Virgil changed. This year, in 2025, during a recent one of his crazy Twitter rants, Kanye made this tweet. This, in my opinion, was Kanye's point of no return. What followed was more isolation, more erratic behavior, and more destruction to the empire he had built. In Akira, Tetsuo disappears into a new reality, leaving Neo-Tokyo in ruins. Whether he ascends or is erased entirely is left for us to wonder. Kanye hasn't disappeared. Not yet. But the world has moved on, and what happens next for him?
I guess we'll never know.
I'ma put my Superman cape on.